like you don't look like that. And good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to the Pennsylvania Junior Bowlers Tour live on YouTube. We got regular singles action today coming to you from Heister Lanes in Reading, Pennsylvania. We're just about ready for the stepladder finals. It's a traditional stepladder today, 5 versus 4, winner bowls 3, winner bowls 2, winner bowls 1. Looks like we got a pretty all-star studded cast on the scratch side. Looks like we are just about ready to go. Are you ready, Matthew? Take it away. Thank you.
Check. Okay, good afternoon, bowlers, family and friends. Welcome to Heister Lanes for today's finals of the PJBT, our converted singles event from our team event originally, presented by Strike Zone Pro Shop. We want to introduce our top 5 finishers in each division for today's 4-game stepladder final. On the scratch side, your number 5 seed is from Royersford, PA, Mason Doan.
In the scratch division, your number 5 seed, Mason Doan.
First match, you'll be taking on our number 4 seed from Mount Penn, PA, Aiden Davis.
Your number 4 seed, Aiden Davis.
Winner of match number 1 will advance to the second game to take on our number 3 seed from State College, PA, Daniel Althouse.
Your number 3 seed, Daniel Althouse.
Winner of game number 2 will advance to the semifinal to take on our number 2 seed from Bethlehem, PA, Parker Lobach.
Your number 2 seed, Parker Lobach.
And the winner of that semifinal match will take on our tournament leader at plus 275 for 8 games from Lebanon, PA, Darren Zombro III.
And your top seed today, having the lead almost wire to wire today, Darren Zombro.
Missed one game of the league.
Okay, now it is time to introduce our 5 handicap finalists. Our number 5 seed from Royersford, PA, Gavin Lanuti.
In the handicap division, your number 5 seed, Gavin
In the first match, we'll be taking on our number 4 seed from Chambersburg, PA, Malia Briggs.
Malia Briggs is your number 4 seed.
Winner of match number 1 will take on our number 3 seed in game 2 from Linfield, PA, Katie Swavely.
Katie Swavely, last week's winner, your number 3 seed.
Winner of match number 2 will advance to the semifinal to take on our number 2 seed from Lions, PA, Ethan Miller.
Ethan Miller, your number 2 seed.
And the winner of that semifinal match will take on our tournament leader at plus 263 for 8 games from Lansdale, PA, Chase Lechner.
And your number 1 seed, Chase Lechner.
And for our 5 handicap finalists.
All right, so we will get ready to start match number 1. Joining me in the commentary booth, at least for a little while,
Match number 1.
Darren Zombro Jr.
Hey,
Papa Zombro.
What's happening?
How you doing today, sir?
Tired.
Tired.
Long night last night.
Long night. So today the bowlers bowled on the Mercury pattern. It's a challenge pattern. You watched it a little more intently than I did. What'd you think out there? It
Looked very tight.
Yes.
I think the play was to go as straight as possible.
I agree.
I saw in practice a lot of kids were trying to swing it. It was like over and under reaction. If you missed, I mean, that's how my son started off. He tried playing. He went, first 4 frames, spares or something, came back, looked at me dumb. And I was like, move right, play up. I said, it looks like you got to play up. then he just went on a tear. Then I saw other people, you know, they tried in, and then all of a sudden everybody else, they went out.
Yes.
You know?
All right, so let's take a look at our finalists today in the scratch division. Your number 1 seed, Darren Zombro III. He was in first after qualifying at plus 180. Then he bowled games of 203, 202, 200. Listen to me, 200. Very consistent, going 3-0 to get to plus 275. Your number 2 seed, Parker Lobach, he qualified 5th at plus 58. Rolled games of 259, 235, 217, going 3-0 to get to plus 259. Your 3rd seed, coming down from college this week, Daniel Althouse. He was 2nd after qualifying at plus 156. Then he bowled games of 223, 236, and then he bowled Darren in the last game, and that pair seemed a little tricky.
That pair was really, really weird.
Yes. He shot 155 to fall down to 3rd at plus 230. Aiden Davis, your number 4 seed, he was 3rd after qualifying at plus 77. Shot games of 189, 264, 195, winning 1 to get to plus 155. Rounding out your top 5, Mason Doan was 4th after qualifying at plus 70. Shot, this is going to be tough to say, 211, 211, 211.
Yeah, I remember him. He walked in with his score sheet, and he's like, I did it.
Yes.
I had a triplicate. 211s.
And he won only one of those, though. But it was good enough to make it to the finals at plus 133. So that is your scratch division. In the handicap division, your leader, Chase Lechner, he was 3rd after qualifying with plus 26. Then he shot games with handicap of 200, 275 and 272. Not bad. He actually had a 257 and a 254 scratch. To get to plus 263. So he went from plus 26 to plus 263 in 3. Not bad.
Yeah, quite a few high games there.
Yes. Your number 2 seed, Ethan Miller, he was 1st after qualifying at plus 59. Shot games with handicap of 188, 223, 215. He won 2 out of 3 to get to plus 145. Katie Swavely, last week's winner. She was 11th after qualifying at minus 22. Then she shot games with handicap of 237, 173, 246, winning all 3 to get to plus 124. Malia Briggs was 2nd after qualifying at plus 56. Shot games with handicap of 210, 179, 201, winning 2 out of 3 to get to plus 106. And Gavin Lanuti was 10th after qualifying at minus 21. Shot games with handicap of 208, 208, 215. Interestingly enough, he only won one of those matches to get to plus 40. Good enough to qualify. So there is your top 5 in scratch and handicap. As always, our message board is live and operational should you wish to chime in. Which I see we already got a couple comments here. We got a go Katie and a go Darren. So we're using lanes 19 through 22 for the finals. Scratch will all be on 19 and 20 today. Handicap will be on 21 and 22. Looks like in the first match, Malia will be getting 38 pins. 38 pins for Malia. All I know is I'm hungry. Haven't eaten yet today.
I had a slice of pizza so far.
Yeah, usually Matt gets us lunch, but he didn't get us lunch today. So we're going to the all-you-can-eat pizza and pasta place up there for dinner.
All-you-can-eat pizza and pasta?
Yeah, Infantino's is right up there.
Oh, Infantino. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
I didn't know that was up there.
Yep.
Yeah, I don't know where my kids want to go.
It was either there or Vic's we were going to.
Because I know once we get in the car, I know my oldest will be like, where are we going to eat? It's like ritual.
Yep. Well, you pass a lot of good places on your way home.
Oh, yeah.
Here.
Yes, I do.
Well, you could stop at my house and say hi, maybe do a little yard work while you do pass through my town.
No.
I'm assuming you go right up 422
Yeah,
to get home.
yeah.
You wave as you're
I
going
know.
through town.
Yeah. Yeah, I go through Wilmersdorf and, you know. Yeah. My kid he'll get in the car and be like, I'm hungry, where are we going?
Yep.
What's that? Looks like Kansas City scored again here.
Okay.
Unlike last week, I will not be giving you updates because the football game is on right
Yes, thank you for giving me updates last week.
here. Uh-oh. What's a hold up?
Yeah, I don't know.
Maybe.
Looks like we're ready to start.
Matt couldn't find a microphone. Go figure.
Okay, bowling fans, time to begin game 1 of our 4-game step-ladder finals for today's tournament. On the scratch side, we have number 4 seed Aiden Davis taking on number 5 seed Mason Doan. Aiden has elected to have Mason start the match on lane 19. On the handicap side, we have number 4 seed Malia Briggs taking on number 5 seed Gavin Lanuti. Malia has elected to have Gavin start the match with 1 frame on lane 21, and the difference in handicap is 38 going to Malia. Bowling fans, let's have a nice hand for our game 1 finalist.
All right, and away we go. Let's get some larger scoreboards up here so everybody could see it. Lord knows I couldn't see those small scoreboards.
Yeah.
All right, looks like in the scratch division, Mason Doan will be starting, and Gavin Lanuti will be starting on the handicap side. Mason comes in high, frames 1, but trips out the 3. Always good to start off with
It's
a break.
always nice to roll a 3-pin forward.
Yes.
If I'm not mistaken, wasn't last week Heister won last week?
Yes,
correct?
he did. So he's going to try to go up the step ladder and to be a back-to-back winner, too.
So both winners from last week are in the finals again, handicap and scratch. And I think 4 out of the 5 in scratch were in the top 5 last week.
Well, I know the one that wasn't.
Yeah. Was he even there? I
No,
wasn't there.
He was not there
Okay,
last week.
Yeah, I wasn't there. I just watched everything.
So let me ask you, because you're a tournament bowler, what's your mindset between qualifying, which we just got done with, and now step ladder? How does your mindset change?
Not a whole lot, just to make sure I make quality shots. You got to make your quality shots. You got to make your spares.
Okay. Are you the type of person that will watch your opponent, or do you not even you watch them?
Yeah. Yes, I will watch them until maybe last couple frames. If it's really close, then because I know my luck. He'll trip something, and and if I'm watching that, then it's like everybody. They see something like that up against them. It's like really.
Aiden spared in his first frame. Gavin did not make his spare. Malia will be shooting at the baby split, 310. Reminder, Malia's getting 38 pins. Aiden with a strike in the second. Reminder, they bowled on the Mercury pattern today.
Oh, good. That's a nice
Malia
little
makes her
pickup for
spare.
Malia.
She was leading for a little while
Yes,
today.
she was.
It's not like she bowled bad in the extra set.
No, she just
A lot of people
unlucky.
bowl better.
Yeah, just unlucky. Mason comes a little high.
Trips out to 4-9. See what Malia could do in frame number 2. She's coming in a little high, and she leaves another split. The 6-7-10. Let's see if she makes this one.
Yeah, this one's a little harder.
It'd be like in the olden days when Bill Burton would tell you what the odds were for professionals when you leave the split.
I miss them on
Yes,
TV.
absolutely. All right, she gets the 2.
Mason high again. Just having little issues here on this pair.
Makes
Mason
the
Dome made that a little interesting.
He did. Gavin comes in high as well. In his second frame, he leaves the 3-6.
Aiden with a double.
So after this game, ladies and gentlemen, I just want to give you advance. Don't leave us between games because we do have some schedule changes to talk about.
Yes.
We will talk about them between the first and second game, and they do affect next week.
Yes.
So definitely please pay attention, or else we don't want you to go to the wrong bowling center next. We don't want you to go to Trindle next week.
No, yeah, don't go to Trindle.
Although if you want a good breakfast at a bowling center,
Really? I never had breakfast there.
they
At
got a
Trindle.
good breakfast.
Yeah, I never had breakfast there at Trindle. I have to remember that.
Hopefully they got the potatoes back that they used to have. They used to have like really nice size home fries, and then they got rid of these to these like bite-sized crap things.
There go, Mason.
Gavin shooting at the 1-3-6. Let's see if he could get his first mark up on the board. And he does. See ya. Once again, our message board is live and operational. Should you wish to chime in, let me know where you're watching us from today.
Oh, Mason made a little ball change on the left lane there.
Malia is 3 for 3 on the splits.
Yes. It looks pretty on the board, but it
Yes.
doesn't help.
No.
That's not a good thing to do.
So I'm assuming we're going to be seeing you lace them up next week
Yes, yes.
with
With my nephew, Brenton.
Sherman.
Yes.
Nice.
Try to take turns to bowl with everybody in the family as much as possible. I do bowl with my oldest the most, though. I'll bowl with him like 2 or 3 times. Since we do have quite a few adult youth tournaments throughout the
Yes.
season. So I am able to bowl with my oldest more.
Well, he needs the most help.
Yeah, he does.
I mean,
But then sometimes I need a little help like he did that one time. He helped his old man. Finally, for a change.
You said this morning and I forgot about it. This afternoon.
Aiden looking for 5 in a row, and he gets it.
Oh, and good luck.
Do it for Zane.
Malia gets a strike, finally.
Yes.
She said no more splits.
No,
That's
that's-
it. No more. Mason comes in a little high, leaves the 9 pin.
Gavin crossing over for his first strike of the game.
So if somebody out there wants to take over for Darren's job and let me know what the scores of the football game is, from time to time, I'd appreciate it.
Yeah, it is kind of hard to see the score from back here.
Yes. I mean, we do have a TV right in front of us, but I had to turn it off. We can't have the football game on our live stream.
Yeah.
That wouldn't go over too well.
Now,
Just like Mason's shot there didn't go over too
yeah,
well.
it didn't go over very well. Like you said, he made a ball change here on the left lane, and he must have saw something different.
He's basically, if Aiden could come up and strike in the 7th and 8th, that'll shut that match
Pretty
out.
much lock it out, yeah.
Gavin doubled. 4th and 5th. Let's see if Malia could match him. So Mason's got 121. The best he could do is 211. Six pin for Malia.
Yeah, all Aiden has to do really these last 4 frames is just have spares.
Yes.
Keeps it clean, he's fine.
But he'd rather strike.
Yes, it's always easier. Malia with a nice little pickup there.
And that's pretty much going to sell up that
lock
match.
that up. Malia with a strike here.
That's a better shot there.
Better
from
shot
Mason.
by
That's
Mason.
definitely his best shot of the game. Mason comes in high in the
Yeah,
ninth.
he did not like that left lane.
No. Hello, Glorious. Glorious.
Here's Gavin.
Gavin gets 4 out of the 5. So he's got 87. Malia with her handicap has 112, but she has a strike in the 6th. And Aiden just keeps on being Aiden. So, would you be trying something different right now?
Oh, I would have tried that the last frame already. You know, if you already know you have your game locked up and you got a couple frames to go yet, it's not going to hurt to try something to fall back on.
Yes.
You know, if something happens your next game, like a couple frames into it, so you have something to go to.
All right. Aiden with the Sparrow, shoot 279. Really good game there.
I mean, I guess he was on a very good game. You know, he was on that 290 pace, but I would have tried something. But Aiden doesn't try much. He normally sticks with one ball.
Yes. You're right.
That's Purple Hammer. You don't see him throw too much of other equipment. There he tried to look like the IQ Emerald. Leah over here, nice little pickup there. Mason probably wish he could have just rolled on the right lane the whole time.
Yes.
He did like lane 20.
All right, Malia up in the 8th. She's crossing over, gets 8, leaves a 610. think Mason's ready now to start.
Yeah, I think he's ready. He thought this whole game was just practice.
Yeah. And Malia makes her spare. Good finish there for Mason. Aiden Davis, 278, 179 victory.
They're going over here on the handicap side.
Yes. Gavin, if he
Gavin
strikes
needs a
out,
little help.
yes, he could shoot 183.
Strike here would really help him out.
Not quite what you wanted to do.
No. Didn't look right off his hand. It looked like he dropped it.
And that's pretty much going to end his day.
Yeah. Picks up his spare.
That's going to end that match.
That's gonna end that match easy. Yep. Yeah, besides those 3 splits that she started out with, all of her spares have been easy, nice, easy spares all together. Helps when you make them all. Nice conversion.
Let me tell Gavin he could go. Did you update the schedule online yet?
Yeah, I thought it was. I thought I looked at it online and it was the updated version.
All right, Malia Briggs with a 194-147 victory. So that's going to complete our first game. We'll give out awards for the 5th place finishers. Then we will talk about the upcoming schedule. And like I said, please everybody pay attention. We do have some schedule changes.
That part I did not look at.
Okay, we'll advance on includes game number 1 of our finals, finishing in 5th Scratch Division. Getting a $50 scholarship. Certificate and award goes to Mason Dome.
Mason Dome, 5th place. Scratch division today. Good bowling.
And our 5th place finisher in the handicap division, getting a $50 scholarship, certificate and award goes to Gavin Lanuti.
Gavin Lanuti. 5th place in the handicap division.
Okay, on to match number 2.
All right, so let's talk about our schedule changes. Now, the next 2 events are flip-flopping. So next week is now the adult junior at Midway Lanes. Next week is now the adult junior at Midway Lanes. Starting time is the same, 10:30 in the morning. Sunday, January 24th. If you want the discount, you have to put in at least a $20 deposit by midnight tonight at www.pjbtbowlingseries.com. Put in your discount by midnight tonight, and you are guaranteed a spot, and you get the discounted price. The week after is now the under 21 doubles at Trindle. Sunday, January 31st is now the under 21 doubles at Trindle Bowl. Start time 10:30. If you want the discount, you have to put down a $20 deposit by midnight next Sunday to get the discount. The following week is our major for February, and it's the same spot every year. We always have our Super Bowl Sunday tournament at 222 Dutch, which is usually our official, you could say, kickoff to the second half of the season. So that event stays the same, Sunday, February the 7th at 222 Dutch, 10:30 start time. We will be done by the time the Super Bowl starts. You guys, unless if you're traveling a far distance, should be home by the time it's kicking off. The Sunday after is an off week for the normal series. We are having a girls-only tournament. It was supposed to be the Invitational, but because so many events got canceled, I believe it's the first 36 girls to sign up are going to have a spot. So if you want to bowl Sunday the 14th at Red Lion Bowl in Red Lion, PA, it's a rather small center. I think it's 16 lanes.
I think it is. It's been a while since I've been in there, but I do remember, I think it is only 16 lanes there at Red Lion.
So you have to be one of the first 36 girls to sign up. You can sign up for that right now at www.pjbtbowlingseries. Then on February 21st, this is also a schedule change. We're going to East Lincoln, my favorite little bowling center. Sunday, February the 21st, 10:30, regular season event. And then on February the 28th is our Super Adult Junior Tournament. So basically it's an adult junior with 4 people on a team.
Yep. 2 adults,
2 juniors. That is up at Chaco's up in Wilkes-Barre. It'll be interesting to see what kind of turnout we get up at Chaco's for that tournament.
I thought we had a pretty good turnout for the first one last year at Jordan. Jordan Lanes we held it
Yes, we did. We actually had a really good turnout.
We had a really good turnout. I think we'll probably have another good turnout at Chaco's.
I mean, we usually do get a good turnout at Chaco's. That's just a little bit south of where my stomping grounds growing up.
A little bit.
So I'll be coming home that night with some Old Forge style pizza for sure. All right, that is our upcoming schedule through the month of February. You can get our new schedule at www.pjbtbowlingseries.com. I would suggest you download it so you have it. You don't want to get messed up on any of our new events. Also, if you want to keep up with us, we put all of our information on our Facebook page. That's PJBTBowlingSeries.com. And if you like what you see, if this is your first time watching us, thank you for watching. If you want to be notified each and every time we go live here on the Pennsylvania Junior Bowlers Tour, hit that subscribe button. And if you have your notifications turned on, which I know you do,
Yes, I do.
you will be notified each and every time my lovely voice comes on the Pennsylvania Junior
It
Bowlers
always
Tour.
pops up. It's like, oh, great. Now I get to listen to Jason.
Yep.
now.
Yep. The worst part of your week.
It is a Sunday too, so it's always the worst
Yep.
part of the week because the very next day you always got to go back to that
Yep.
that thing that we call work.
Yep. For me, ever since mid-March, it's get out of bed, walk down 2 flights of stairs, turn on my computer, and work.
I wish I could do that. I wouldn't be able. I can't
It's-
do that with my job.
It's good and it's bad. I could literally at times go a whole week and not talk to a single soul. But there's other times I'll talk to 30 different people a day still
Yep.
over, the phone or through Microsoft Teams or Zoom. So we got Katie Swavely coming in on the handicap side, last week's winner. And we have the non-genetically proven son of mine,
Yes.
Daniel Althouse, coming down from State College this week. He and his girlfriend. His girlfriend wanted to bowl before she goes back to college at Mount St. Mary's. So they are here today to bowl. Then I find out they're bowling next week at Midway, too. Since she's still technically a junior bowler and he's an adult. So Midway's actually a close ride for her, being at Mount St. Mary's. That's just
Yeah.
kinda right over the
that
border.
is closer. Yep.
Yeah. It's a heck of a ride for me. And you're not that far west of me.
Not that far. I'm only about 15 minutes away from you.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Oh, he's talking to you.
Talking my mask, not your mask.
Here, I thought he liked the pale blue of my.
He likes seeing that star on a mask.
Nothing wrong with that. I have no problem with that. As long as it doesn't have that green eagle on there.
Nope, don't got to worry about that. But it is kind of interesting what they're going to be doing for a head coach.
Yes, it'll be interesting. I'm kind of satisfied. I'm a Jets fan. I was happy with their hire.
Oh yeah, that's right. I forgot about that one. Yeah, I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
That might be a very good move for the Jets.
And hopefully they trade their number 2 pick. I don't want to see them draft Justin Fields. Trade the pick. Take it away, Matt.
Okay, going fast, time to begin game number 2 of our step-ladder finals. On the spec side, we have number 3 seed Daniel Althouse, taking on number 4 seed Aiden Davis. Daniel has elected to start the match on lane 19. On the handicap side, we have number 3 seed Katie Swavely, taking on number 4 seed Malia Briggs. Katie has elected to have Malia start the match on lane 21. The difference in handicap is 22 to 80. Bowling fans, let's give a nice hand for our game 2 finalist.
All right, and away we go for game 2. Thank you, Linda, for telling me it's 16-3 Chiefs, she says.
Oh, thank you.
So let's see if Daniel could derail that freight train known as Aiden. He'll be starting the match. It looks like Malia will be starting her match. Katie is getting 22 pins. Good start there for Daniel. Let's see if Malia could start well. And that's a good start for Malia.
30 strike.
Daniel had an interesting day. He started out -5 and then shot somewhere around 760 something for his next 3. Then shot 196 in game 5.
Then his first 2 games of match play were not bad at all.
Yep.
And then him and my son hit this ugly pair.
Yes.
21 and 22. That was so weird.
Aiden comes in high, leaves a 3-6-10.
Thank you.
Everybody likes my mask.
Loves this mask.
Oh, it's your mask. I
my
keep thinking
mask.
it's my mask.
Love mine.
Irish, the pattern is Mercury. We're bowling on a challenge shot today. No house shots here on the PJBT Tour. We either bowl on recreational patterns or challenge patterns.
But you gotta also admit, some of the recreational patterns, it almost seems like they play like a house shot.
I will be honest with you.
There are some.
I will be honest with you. For the scratch bowler, I think you could score higher on rec patterns than you can on house patterns.
Oh, yeah.
Because you just got that little more oil on the outside.
A couple
That'll stay a
extra
little
mils
longer.
or something.
Yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there are a couple out there that can play like a house shot. Now, there are some out there that are really tricky.
Yeah. I'm glad we scheduled a challenge pattern here because this is usually a high scoring house.
This is normally a high scoring house. Doesn't matter what they put down sometimes.
Katie with a spare and a strike. So let's see here. Aiden spared his first frame last game
Yep.
and then had the next
And
9.
Next 9.
So let's see if he's going to do the same thing. Malia up in her second frame. Let's see if she could double. 10 pin.
I think that was a pretty good 9 count.
Two pin for Dana. That ball hung. I was actually wondering if Daniel was going to come up a little light here because watching Mason in the first match, he kept kind of going high on 19.
19.
So Daniel looked like he hit pocket well on 19 and came in light on 20.
I got Malia coming up here in the third frame, working on a spare from the second. Oh, that's got to get down a lane. She got half.
Yeah.
She got a couple more than what I thought.
Yeah. In the olden days of manual scoring, you don't lose a mark on that.
That's correct.
Another two pin for Daniel. Looks like he didn't like his slide there.
Much better shot for Malia here on her spare shot.
She gets 4. I will be right back.
Uh-oh.
We got to go play coach bowler.
Uh-oh. So Katie coming up in the third frame, leaving a 10 pin. Aiden Davis coming up here. Looked like he got it in a little bit, but it held on target. See if Katie can make her spare over here.
Interesting. So I went and talked to my kid. I said, if you watched the last match, Mason kept going high on 19 and striking on 20, and he said, 20 hooks more for me right now. He threw his first shot on 20 really bad.
I say, if it hooks more, he must have done something wrong. Ooh, Aiden.
That was a nice shot.
Aiden threw a better shot than the last frame, and that seems like this always happens. You throw it better finally, and then you leave a corner.
Irish says Malia's form reminds him of Karen Doran Ballard. I could see that.
Okay.
I could see that.
See that back in the day, yes.
I certainly
making
wouldn't
his
mind
10.
being compared to Carolyn Doran
Yeah.
Ballard.
Nice person. Very nice.
Very nice. Very nice.
Hey, what if I wanted that? Okay.
Malia comes in a little high, leaves the 4-7. Katie went 9, miss 8-1. Let's see what Daniel does here. He's up in the 4th. trails by 10 at the moment. That's a good shot. Playing the inside part of the lane, trying to find a little bit of.
I think he's trying to stay out of that urethane
Yes,
track from
yes, that's
Aiden.
exactly what I would agree with that. Watching him typically, you know, when he used to bowl these every week, when he would make it to the finals, he would usually play the inside part of the lane. I mean, he almost had to a lot of times. Double, good 2 shots. That ties up the match.
Malia with a beautiful pocket shot there. Yes, yes. Yep, you're welcome.
All right, let's see if Aiden can get back on the strike train here. And he does.
Nice shot.
Match is tied halfway through. Katie gets a 5 count. She's presently up by about what her handicap is, but Malia is on a strike. And we got a crying kid to our right.
Yes.
Good
Katie
attempt
getting 3. She needs to find a mark here to get back on track.
Good 2 shots there by Aiden.
Yep.
He takes a 10-pin lead. Yes, Venus, there is still openings. Like I said, for the under 21 at Trindle in 2 weeks, as long as you get a deposit in by midnight next Sunday, you get the discount. But by all means, put it down right now so you guarantee your spot. I like Trindle. Ten
Got
pin
that
for
a
Daniel.
little wider on the last frame, last shot on that lane.
Yep.
Malia crossing over, getting a double.
Big double right there.
Yeah, it was a huge double. She actually took the lead with that by a couple. I mean, it doesn't add her score together, but we know what we're looking at.
Speak for yourself.
She's got a crossover maybe again.
Gets 9.
Easy spare, 6 pin. I think she made all of her spares on the right side. So. Danny up here in the 10th.
All right, so he falls behind by a pin, but that could quickly snowball.
Oh, yeah. Good spare by Malia.
It's amazing for those of you that don't really know how scores work in bowling, how just one single pin spare could wind up costing you 21 pins.
Oh, yeah.
Going to need to reset lane 21 there.
Kept that shot in, only 19. I would.
All right, big shot here for Aiden. A strike will put him up by 11. A double by 21. Good shot there.
Drop by Aiden.
Well, Irish, we would love to have you. Hopefully the pandemic ends sooner or later.
That was a big spare by Katie.
Ten pin. Looked like he came in a little behind the head pin there.
Yeah.
Looked like he caught a little bit of oil.
I mean, there was a 5-pin hanging up there for a little bit and
Yeah.
a 7-pin.
Aiden makes
Aiden
his
makes
spare.
a spare.
So, if both bowlers strike out, we got a tie.
That's why spares are also important to the game.
Absolutely. All right, on the handicap side, Malia up by about a mark. She's on an open. Katie is on a spare. They're going in at a ninth.
Can't tell if there's a pin missing in his rack.
Yeah, it's hard to see from where we're
Yeah.
sitting.
I don't know if that's why he backed off or not.
I think something distracted him. Which is odd. Not many things distract him. Seven pin.
7.
You can see if he's about a board and a half right down lane, the ball is just not finishing for him.
Yeah, it hangs up a little bit. Leah coming up. If Katie comes up here and has a mark here, it tightens that game up to almost even again. Daniel making a 7 pin.
All right, so now Daniel finds himself down 20.
And this is her spare. Come down to who performs in the 10th frame in the handicap side here.
Yep. 6 pins is our difference.
Yeah.
That's
Daniel
not a
got
good
that
shot.
wide.
That's pretty much the way Aiden's bowling gonna end his day. He's gonna need a little help now.
Yeah. And Katie coming up here, first ball in the 10th with a strike. That's pretty big for her. Second ball here in the 10th. Oh, I think that was a little unlucky.
Yep. But that's going to force Malia to mark.
Yes. Yes, Malia does have to mark.
All right. Daniel gets 2 out of the washout. Aiden stays clean in the 9th and 10th with decent count.
Yeah.
In fact, he doesn't even need to
No,
mark in
it's
both.
almost like the last game. He
Yeah.
just has to stay clean. Stays clean, that's fine.
to fix lane 21 again. Malia got the strike.
Malia
She
got the
needed.
strike. Aiden coming up a little high, tripping out of 4.
Yep, that's going to end that match.
That's going to end that.
All right, Aiden's going to be in the 220s. Nice clean game. And Malia, 156 to 149 victory over Katie. Both bowlers striking in the 10th.
Yep.
Aiden finishes with 228.
Anybody know where Matthew went?
He's probably getting, well, the awards are over there. He was, oh, he's behind us though.
Oh, there he is. He's hiding behind all that stuff back there.
Jordan, if you want to spend a little bit on tickets, come here.
Okay, bowling fans, that concludes match number 2, finishing in 4th in the scratch division. Getting a $75 scholarship certificate and award goes to Daniel Allhouse.
Daniel
Allhouse.
Allhouse. 4th place today, $75. He won 5 brackets as well, so good day.
And our 4th place finisher in the handicap division, getting a $75 scholarship certificate and award goes to Katie Swavely.
Katie Swavely, 4th place. It's a good day because I got to pay a bill soon.
Got another tuition bill.
Yep. I'm about $2,000 short from not having to touch his 529 plan until his senior year. So we're going to have to hit the 529 plan a little bit this semester, but as long as this market doesn't tank next year, I'll have enough money to pay off his senior year. So,
Yeah, that's what everybody's worried about.
so lucky him. He's got whoever his father was nice enough to set up a 529 plan for him. So he's going to graduate college with less than $20,000 in debt. In this day and age, you can't complain about that.
No.
All right, so we're warming up for our semifinal match. On the scratch side, we got Parker Lobach coming in. We've seen Parker and your son quite often on our live stream.
Yeah, Aiden Davis is also now. Aiden had a slow start this season, but right before the shutdown again, Aiden made like 2 or 3 in a row again.
Yep.
And now after the break, he's back in it. Parker, and I think Parker might have just about made every one of them so far, except for one. And I know my son, he honestly actually has made every finals that he has been in so far. All the singles. There was one adult youth one The last one that we had, him and his partner did not do very well.
Got it.
Second last. That was when he bowled with his uncle, and they made the first cut, but that was it. But
Coming in on the handicap side is Ethan Miller. New face to the finals.
yeah, this might be weird to say, but it looked like Aiden might be getting out of that purple hammer.
No way.
Yeah, I know.
Jordan.
I am getting really hungry. I'm glad that pizza place is like, 5 minutes from here. It was either that or Vic's, and I'm glad they chose that place because I like Vic's. I mean, it's nice and cheap. But you don't get all that much food. I mean, so usually if I really wanted to, I could go into Vic's and order like 3 or 4 slices of pizza. Now their pizza's small.
Okay.
It's not, triangle. It's square cut and it's rather small. But I could realistically order 2 chicken parm dinners there, or two lasagna dinners there, because you really don't get a lot. Now, granted, a chicken parm dinner there, which comes with pasta, is like $7.50. It's not expensive at all. We're having our picture taken. I would say smile, but we have a mask on. Which is a good thing I'm like behind the computer to hide the fat.
Yes. I'm not.
You're not. So we'll give Darren one more game in here. We'll let him go to watch his son in the...
I'll probably just stay right here when my son comes up. I think the better not being around.
Got these 2. Well done.
Yeah. It's just right. It's not your game right now. If you were still back in high school, you would have done fine on that pair. I'll get you in.
Just let me know. I'm going to pick up this.
So we'll bring Daniel in too to help us commentate. He could give us a good, since he actually bowled on the lanes, he'll be able to tell us what he saw out there today.
Now, you keep on talking about food. Now you keep on getting me hungrier and hungrier right now. Now I got to start looking and see at where we're going to go eat. At least throw out some ideas to the family.
If it wasn't so expensive for 4, I'd say the Chinese buffet right up the road too.
My
But
family don't eat that.
family doesn't like Chinese?
No.
Really?
No.
They got a lot of non-Chinese stuff there. They actually have pretty good pizza there and mac and cheese, believe it or not. And French fries and chicken nuggets and onion rings. And so it looks like we are just about ready to start. Malia is going to be getting, looks like 39 pins
39
this game.
pins this game.
Okay, bowling fans, time to begin our semifinal action. On the stretch side, we have number 2 seed, Parker Lobach, taking on number 4 seed, Aiden Davis. Parker has elected to have Aiden start the match on lane 19. On the handicap side, we have number 2 seed, Ethan Miller, taking on number 4 seed, Malia Briggs. Ethan has elected to start the match on lane 21, and the difference in handicap is 39 going to Malia. Bowling fans, let's have a nice hand for our semi-finalists.
All right, off we go into the semifinals. Looks like Aiden will be starting on the scratch side and Ethan will be starting on the handicap side. And away we go. $10 for Ethan. A good shot. Came in a little high. I don't know, it still looked like a dull dark ball.
Still
there.
looked like a purple. Say in practice, he was throwing it looked like it was the IQ Emerald. Threw that a couple shots in practice, so I thought maybe he was going to get out of that purple.
Ethan does not make his 10-pin. Let's see Parker's first shot. Malia gonna throw before he does. Good shot there by Malia.
Parker's first shot.
Don't know if he tried to be that far inside.
No, I think he got that a little in by like 3 boards. A little train wreck, but take that to first frame.
Well, that's the split you don't want to leave.
No. Good old bet post.
Good shot
Much
there by
better
Parker.
looking shot from Parker.
Wonder what Nelson Burton would put the odds on this one.
Ah. Probably under 3%.
Probably. Although, if you look at the law of averages, this actually isn't the hardest spare to make.
No, I know. Believe it or not, everybody thinks it is.
Yep.
Coming up high. Well, Aiden did do something different this game. Instead of
Yes.
instead of having to spare the first frame, he strikes.
Five count for Ethan. Came in light. Spare for Aiden. Down by 10 early. Ethan gets the 3. He finds himself in a little bit of hole early. But it's early yet.
Oh my. Probably go down here and start talking to the kids, see if he has some kind of game plan coming up for the championship match. See if he's watching these two over here, watching how the lanes are breaking down, possibly. Ethan throwing a very nice shot.
That was a good shot.
One of them unlucky breaks.
Aiden struck in the third. Don't leave yet. wait till my kid comes back in, because if you leave, then Matt will jump in that chair.
Oh, gotcha.
And not that we don't mind Matt,
Gotcha.
but my kid asked. He goes,
nice shot from
he goes,
Parker.
we haven't commentated together in a while. He goes, could I sit in there? I'm like, yeah, sure.
Yeah, it's been a while. I mean, he's in college.
Yeah. Yeah, you noticed when he was introduced, he said he lives in State College.
Yeah. Not Wilmersdorf.
No, not Wilmsdorf. Because technically, he lives in State College.
Yeah.
I asked him that. I said, where are you going to tell him you live? He goes, well, I do live in State College. I go, yeah, I'd rather say that than Wilmersdorf anyway. Malia comes in light, leaves a washout.
Parker starting off strong here with the front four.
4 in a row. It's great watching, I say it over and over on the live stream. especially for the kids that have been bowling that came up through the handicap division, like all these bowlers, on the stretch. Aiden did, Parker did, your son did. Like when the light switch goes on, it goes from here, this level to this level very quick.
Yep.
Great shot there by Aiden.
800. Malia just missing that washout. Aiden with 2 nice shots there.
We got ourselves a match on the scratch side. All right. Papa Zombro is going to go talk to his son.
For a little bit.
And joining me in the booth now, coming off of his defeat in the last game, not DEFEET. Together again on the PJBT tour,
Hey,
just like we are on Fats TV.
that's it. We do this every week, twice a week.
On Fats TV. We'll talk about that between games. This is the non-genetically proven son. That's what he goes by. This is Daniel.
Hello.
So, talk about Mercury today. Since you were actually, like I mentioned earlier, you started with a game in the 190s, then you shot like 760 something, and then you shot in the 190s. Then you had 2 good games, and then the lanes got a little squirrely.
Well, I heard the pattern, I looked it up. I said, well, this is house. I looked at it, I was like, wow, it's actually can play difficult. And the first thing I noticed was there was 25 and a half mils, which is actually a lot for a rec pattern. I'm not even sure this was considered rec. It was
No.
4 to 1
This is challenge.
challenge.
Yes.
I would definitely say if you threw it like you were in college, you did well in qualifying. Because I thought they played very over-undery a little bit. If you had the right ball in your hand, you just had to be accurate. You couldn't really throw it out to 5 and expect it to come back. You couldn't really pull it into like 12, 13 and expect it to sit there. You had to hit a relative target of about 3 or 4 boards to hit the pocket. I pretty much played the same part of the lane. After the first game, I decided to move probably about a zone or 2 to the right and decided to play a little straighter, and that worked. And then as the day went on, I just got tighter and tighter and tighter, as I was actually expecting, because I would believe they use the same oil Burks does, Defense S.
I believe so.
So, for anybody that doesn't know what that does, basically when that oil breaks down, it instead of breaking down right away, it lengthens then breaks down. And by the time it started to break down, everybody was playing in the same spot.
Yes.
So all of a sudden now you had one spot to throw, and if you missed it, it either hooks or it goes 60 feet, which you saw in my 9th frame.
Yes.
It wasn't terrible, but it didn't really want to read.
All right, so let's take a look at these scores here. Malia is up in the 5th. She is working on some open. She makes a spare there. So she's got 85 with a spare in the 5th. Ethan has 55 with a strike in the 5th. Over here, Parker had the front 4, then he went 9 spare strikes, so he could go off the sheet for 279. Aiden went strike, spare, next 4, now he left a split. So let's see if he can pick up the split. He's in the 7th.
Almost.
Gets 3. He's still throwing urethane, right?
Yeah, he's throwing
I
a
can't
purple
tell
hammer.
from here, yes.
So it's a very strong and angular urethane for urethane. It's definitely not like people who know like the pitch black that doesn't really flare at all. The purple hammer is definitely stronger. most people I would assume probably know what the Purple Hammer is. Probably the world's most famous ball that's your thing right now.
All right. Parker sitting on the bench, took the lead, and he expands on it. That was a good shot.
He's going to be a very good bowler in college.
Yes, he's got that role that you need for college.
How old is he?
He's a senior this year.
Senior? See, I'm thinking he was a junior or a sophomore. I wasn't really sure. Have you talked to him anything about where he wants to go to school?
I have talked to him. At last, he hadn't made his final decision yet, but that was probably before we had our month off.
Penn State?
I don't think Penn State was on his.
That's unfortunate. Look, see now he did what I was afraid to do on that lane. He threw that one a little more, and it hit that spot where it just doesn't hook. There's a spot down lane around 11, 10-ish, where if it hits it, it just doesn't want to read for about another 5 feet, and thus you're going to do that.
Got it.
But I hope when he goes to choosing, I hope he thinks about what he wants to go to school for first.
Yeah, oh, absolutely. But yes, he definitely has the game for college. And why don't you explain why?
Well, the way he throws it, if
Ethan, with his third strike in a row, takes the lead.
His roll is very end over end for
Yes.
people who know what that, or I could thus say rolly. So his track would be very close to his thumb and his fingers. And that creates earlier hook for these patterns on college. For the college, where we bowl on patterns with 30, 31, 32 mils sometimes. So you need to start straight, something a little duller, and roll it. Because otherwise you're just not going to carry. It's never going to hook.
Yes. Malia with the strike in the seventh.
I mean, a perfect example would be Hoosier 2 years ago. We bowled on a 54-foot pattern. And actually, the line was the gutter. They purposely put basically nothing on boards 1, 2, and 3. And you could play there. And the good teams like SCAD, Weber, who were next to us, they both played Purple Hammers straight up the ditch all practice. Dull, like 500 grit, then they went to something shiny and just bounced it right off of that. And then we ended up hitting that pair, and man, that was an easy pair. They made that pair easy.
It's amazing when
everybody works together.
Yes.
You can make some of these patterns easy.
And that's where good coaching comes in.
So now, I think what Parker's going to need to learn is to slow down.
Yeah, definitely.
He's going to need to learn to slow down and rip and come, instead of roll it, come around the side of it a little bit more. Like, he'll be really good fresh and transition bowler, but once they're dead, and trust me, they get dead in college. I stood and thrown it over 6th arrow already. Easily by game 6 or game 25 at Baker. You're definitely going to need to learn to rip around the side of it. Get it to go real long and hook pretty hard in the last 5 feet.
It's interesting, we've seen, this is our 9th year here. This is my 7th or 8th year helping. So we've seen a lot of kids go off to college and come back, and it's always interesting to see they always have a different game when they come back.
I think probably the two most notable are Michael Martell and Alex Glinski. Those are the two that they were already really good when they left.
Yeah.
And then they just came back, and then they could just close their eyes and win,
Yes.
basically.
The other one whose game really changed, to remember, was Bradley Krause. His game really changed.
You could definitely tell because he came back and bowled on something easy.
Yes.
He sucked. He couldn't do anything. He would hit the same spot over and over and over again, but his roll was so rolly.
Yes.
From being in Wichita, one of the best programs here in the country, he just couldn't carry. But if you put him on flat, he'd whack everybody.
Oh, Parker needed to double there to shut out Aiden. That opens the door. The best Parker could do now with a spare and a strike is 224. Aiden will need to double and a pin, assuming Parker spares and strikes.
Another thing that would really help Park is if he can get his axis rotation up a little bit more.
Which a good college coach will certainly have him doing in no time.
I would assume his tilt's probably under 10 pretty easily. I'd probably go and say it could be about 7, 8.
Colleen wants him to go to McKendree.
Kendry.
I could understand why she would want him to go to McKendree.
I would understand that. I would say, though, if he can get some more axes, he'll be scary. Which is amazing how good he got so quickly. I remember about 3 years ago, this little kid's coming up to scratch. I'm like, who's this? I didn't know who it was.
Well, I'll take credit for that. The day I taught him how to read a lane graph sheet.
Did you really?
Yes, I did.
It's not that difficult.
No.
But if no
When
one
you
ever
don't know what you're
explains it
looking
to you, you have no idea what you're looking at.
All right. So Parker wants to strike here. Ooh. So now we could have the possibility of a tie now.
Still need some strikes, though. Need a double.
So
No. Yeah.
Aiden needs a double to win. If he goes strike 9 spare, we have a tie. So Parker in the clubhouse at 223.
And this, in my opinion, is his better lane. Now, when I was warming up, I noticed that, at least in my personal opinion, don't take my opinion if you don't want, I shot a $170. A couple different reasons, but I definitely found 20 to hook a good 2 boards at my feet more, which is almost 6 boards down lane.
Which is interesting because if you watch the first match, it looked like Mason, his ball on 19 hooked more. Now, completely different game than yours.
I was definitely in a little bit farther, I believe. I didn't really watch that match. I was trying to figure out something because I was a little lost. I found a couple balls that I liked, and I had a decent line, but if I missed it at all, it wasn't striking. Whether I missed the ball or missed my mark, could have been one or the other.
So Aiden needs to strike here. Without a strike, he can't win, and he gets it. So now he needs a strike to win. 9 spare is a tie. Anything less than 9 on this shot, and he lost. Malia coming up at 9. She has about a 1.5 lead. She gets a 9 count. So if she spares here, actually she'll have a 23 pin lead, which will make. She'll need a mark to shut out Ethan. All right, big shot here for Aiden. Strike to win, 9 spare to tie. Anything else is a loss. Oh my God!
I have no idea what he did. Oh my.
He had that messenger fly across.
That reminds me of a different tournament where I forget the person's name I was bowling, but he needed a strike to beat me, and he stuffed a 7 pin. Sorry, 10 pin. It's a lefty. I forget his name.
That messenger came flying across and didn't take out the 9.
Good
So if he
spare.
makes this, we got a tie. 223, so we'll have a 9th and 10th frame roll off. Let's break the tie, which means it takes me longer to go get dinner. Malia gets 7. So the best Ethan could shoot is 188. Malia is going to need to make this and get a pin. Huh?
Where's Keith?
All right, so Malia needs to make this and get a pin. And she makes it. So she's been a good 10th frame bowler. In the 10th last time she struck to win the match. All right, so we're up 9th to 10th frame roll off. Parker is going to be starting. Colleen says to quit whining. Plus she's talking to me.
Quit whining about
I
what?
don't know. Great shot there.
Probably saying if I missed it at all, I didn't strike. Well, it's just how it was. It happens sometimes.
And Malia's going to be moving on to the finals. So we got two bowlers trying to climb the ladder here.
That we do.
Aiden now up. That's a strike.
I actually thought that was going to be a 10 pin.
Oh, about dinner. She's talking to me.
No. I actually thought that was going to be a 10 pin because Aiden double dribbled that one a little bit. Just a little.
Well, I'm sorry, Colleen. Usually Matt buys us lunch here when we're here. She usually buys us pizza, but he didn't today. So I haven't eaten all day, so the fat guy is hungry.
I had a sandwich this morning.
That's more than I did. I was going to stop for breakfast.
A bite of pizza and a cookie. A Girl Scout cookie.
Did Cleveland score?
Is Cleveland winning the game?
No. They were down 19-3 at halftime.
That's no good. They did score, though.
All right, first ball in the 10th first. Okay, so that's a double for Aiden. Two more, and he'll have a 60. And Cleveland did score. Ethan's going to be in the 170, so pretty good game. He'll finish third. I believe if we have another tie, we go single ball. I think.
Yes. I've only ever seen that once, actually. And went about 8 balls deep.
We actually had a roll off today for the last spot.
We
That
did.
probably should have tied and had to do it all over again. But somebody missed a 2-pin.
Oh, did she end up losing by 1?
She lost by 1. They both split in their first frame, and then they both struck. And then she left a 2-pin and missed it. And the other bowler left a 5-pin and made it. Left a pocket 5.
Pocket 5.
Pocket 5.
I saw someone do that for $2.99 once.
19-10 Chiefs. So Browns are now covering.
Yeah, but I want them to win. Go Browns.
I believe so.
So, I'm surprised the Browns didn't go for 2, actually.
Yeah, well, it's a little early yet. Oh. All right, so that is 59 for Aiden. Colleen just called me cheap. That's true, I am.
You're cheap. Oh,
I'm cheap.
Cheap.
Colleen, you should know this. You got a kid in college now. You know how expensive college bills are. He eats better than I do.
I actually do. Because I buy myself meat and stuff and make some nice recipes that I learned from you.
Yes. All right, so Parker's going to need all 3 here to move on.
That didn't. He hit that same spot.
Yep.
It's a spot that where the ball just doesn't move, and it's probably no more than a board left of where you're supposed to hit. It's a really weird little spot. I think that's where Aiden does have an advantage because he can go around it. All us people that are throw it with one hand, I guess. We can't go around it. We just don't have. There's too much oil in the head still to try to go around it. I think for the next match, Darren should be looking to possibly even stay as right as he really could. It wouldn't surprise me if he throws a purple hammer or whatever he has over there. He has some urethane ball that he was purple hammer, I believe. You know, I will not be surprised to see that come out for this match.
Well, we're about to find out. All right, that concludes our semifinal matches. Aiden Davis he shot 59 in the roll-off. Parker shot 37 on the handicap side. Malia with a 198, 177 victory. Colleen's eating healthy. She does have a nicer figure now. You have no comment. You shouldn't be looking. You have a girlfriend.
Okay. I'm just thinking about the unhealthy food that I eat. Sorry.
You got a little growing gut there.
Sorry, college. and we can't really go work out.
No.
Can't go to the gym. Well, we can now, I think. I'm not 100% sure. Problem is, I have trouble breathing as it is.
Yeah, with these masks on.
It's a little hard to breathe, so I just don't want to sweat in them.
Yes.
It's okay. I'll get back in shape. Maybe not soccer shape, but maybe we'll get back a little bit better.
All right, down to Matt for award presentations for our third place finishers.
Okay, bowling fans, after some exciting semifinal matches, here is your results. Finishing in third in the scratch division, getting a $100 scholarship certificate and award goes to Parker Lawbach.
Parker Lobach, third place today. Find her.
She's over there. She's probably sitting,
Oh, yeah, she's over there.
And our third place finisher in the handicap division, getting a $100 scholarship certificate and award goes to Ethan Miller.
Ethan Miller, third place in the handicap division.
Okay, on to our title matches.
All right, on to the 10 matches. So it's time for a shameless plug.
shameless.
Shameless plug. I don't talk about this very often on the PJBT. But we're going to today since you're sitting next to me commentating. A lot of people have told me that we have good camaraderie together when we commentate, that we play off of each other very well. We have them fooled. So, about 10 months ago now, hard to believe it's 10 months, we started our own YouTube channel
We did.
called Fats TV. PHATTS TV. We do shows typically twice a week, Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7 o'clock Eastern. We don't talk much about bowling, I will say that.
It's not really a talk of, I don't know, a conversation point.
Yes.
We could definitely say that on Tuesdays we lean towards the politics side of things.
Yes.
We love hearing opinions.
Yes. Especially differing opinions
Especially
from our own.
at a different opinion, because then we could discuss, debate. You can even come on the show if you really want to.
Yes.
And we will debate, because we're not wrong, you're not wrong. It's an opinion.
Yep.
And then on Thursdays, we tend to lean towards the sports. We right now are covering football. We covered a little bit of hockey last week. I'm not sure what we're getting into after football. I don't know if we
I
want to
don't
do
know.
any basketball or...
We don't really watch basketball.
I watch college
You
basketball.
watch Penn State.
No, I watch some.
We could get into European soccer.
We,
We'll lose people watching the show.
yes, we will.
I mean,
As much as I would love to have a segment on European soccer, I really don't know if people would really want to listen to European soccer.
Probably in the United States, we don't get a lot of people following the Swedish Premier League. But we could talk about Malmo if they want to.
You don't even know who plays on Malmo. I would love to be able to go over the top 4 leagues in Europe, and
Yeah.
because that's what I personally know the most about.
Yes.
I think maybe after football we can go into some other type of betting, like a play, some plays that we, because just because we don't watch basketball doesn't mean we can play it.
Yes. And if you want to make money, just follow opposite my picks.
I think another good way to think about it is when a team's down big, especially in college, a good team down big at halftime, take them
Yes.
in the second half.
Yes.
More than not, they seem to cover. And then we don't only do shows on Tuesdays and Thursdays. If something big comes up, like what happened in the Capitol a couple weeks ago, we do an emergency meeting show. And we just talk about it. If anybody would like to have their opinion, again, we'd love to hear them.
Yep. Our message board is always up. We read every message that comes across. I mean, unless if you're being rude, then we won't read that. We always, if you have Skype and you want to come on our show, we will bring you on our show. I got to figure out how to Skype in multiple people, because right now we bring you in by Skype because you're up in State College. But yes, it's something we started about 10 months ago, and I love doing it. It's fun.
It's kind of just become a habit thing. Like I just know what's going on.
And you've really grown into it.
At first, I was just like, I don't really know what to do because it was your idea at first. Because you're always like, I want to do a show. I want to do a show. I want to do a show. And I'm just like, what are we going to talk about? It was originally only supposed to be about sports.
Yes.
But then we decided to start it in March.
Right, as sports
When sports got shut down. So we kind of leaned into the politics. I think come the end of football season, we'll go back into the brackets. We've done a best candy bracket.
Yeah, we've done a candy bracket. And
Reese's Cup ended up winning that one. And we did a music bracket, top songs from
1955 up to
all
2019.
the way to 2019, and we randomized the order by, it was ordered by like most something. I forget, how'd you order it?
By most weeks.
Most weeks.
Yes.
And the winner was
Joan Jett and the Blackhearts. I love rock and roll.
Which was actually probably one of the favorites. I think it was actually...
No,
it wasn't
that was like a 6 seed.
But it wasn't like if you were to pick best songs out of all of them, you would have probably picked that one to get pretty far.
Yeah.
Because that's just a classic.
So, yeah, I thought about doing brackets with, like, famous movie characters, like superhero kind of characters, or villains.
We could do that. We could do just movies.
Yeah, we could do movies.
We'd have to do, like, gross profit, probably.
Yeah. We've done stupid loss segments from each state.
And those will be coming back at the end of the football season.
Down to Matt.
Okay, bowling fans, time to begin our title matches for today's PJBT. On the scratch side, we have top seed Darren Zelro III taking on number 4 seed Aiden Davis. Darren has elected to have Aiden start the match on lane 19. On the handicap side, we have top seed Chase Fleckner taking on number 4 seed Malia Briggs. Chase has elected to have Malia start the match on lane 21, and she'll be getting the difference in handicap of 43. Bowling fans, let's have a nice hand for our title matches for today's PJBT.
So to wrap up really quick, so we can get back to bowling, if you want to check us out sometime, once again, it's Fats TV, PHATTS. Subscribe to the channel. You'll get notified, each and every time we go live. It's usually Tuesdays and Thursdays at 7. The Black Plague likes European soccer, and B. Price says Mahomes got hurt. He's in the tent, now the locker room. All right, off to the finals we go. Malia trying to climb the ladder, getting 43 pins. Aiden trying to climb the ladder. Both bowlers are starting.
Aiden is not getting 43 pins.
Aiden is not getting 43 pins. If he was, I would say he's winning.
Now, right where that ball just went, at least let me watch the replay again. Yeah, that's the spot that he can get away with. If Zombro threw it there, forget it. It's not hooking.
Got it.
It's like the pair. I can relate to one 2 years ago. There was a pair, if you bowled on it, there was a huge advantage. This pair reminds me of that one. Since he's bowled on 3 games on it, he knows what he's looking at. I think it's so spotty out there. Zombro only has had now 7 shots to throw. I don't think he's seen everything that pair has to offer.
Yes, I remember the tournament you were referring to.
Hanover.
Yes, it was.
And there was like one board, if you hit it, it just went face. But it was only one. It was really weird.
Chase comes in high, he leaves a split. Chase Lechner, by the way, for those of you that weren't with us when we went through the scores, in his 3 extra games of qualifying, the last 2 games, scratch, he shot 254, 257.
Beat me.
He beat you by over 100 in the last game.
He did. He was not lost. Me, I was. But it happens.
Yes. So, Triple I started out with a double. Aiden now up, looking to match the double. Chase got 1.
Good shot.
I don't remember the last time when we had potentially 2 bowlers climb the ladder to win.
I'd probably bet to argue that has never happened.
Well, I'm sure somewhere in the 22 years we've been doing this, it's happened.
I would say no more than a handful.
If we had a good statistician around. Chase strikes in his second. Aiden up in the third, Malia up in the second. Reminder, Malia is getting 43 points. 6-10 for Aiden.
So now Aiden actually hit just a couple boards right of where he just threw it. Now, I don't know if he threw it slower, the speed things aren't turned on. But that's where that over-under comes in right there. Like, I thought that was pretty good, and it checked up right on him. And it was just maybe a hair right of his last one. But I think that tells me... Ooh, chop.
Big early miss there for Aiden.
I think that tells me that this pattern really only has one way to play it. I don't think this is one of those patterns where you can play out, play in at your leisure.
Well, you definitely couldn't play out.
No.
At least in this house.
Yeah, in this house...
Which is weird, because usually you could play outside here.
You could play up 5 and it'll work normally. Good shot by Darren.
Now, Darren is getting away with throwing it out because he's getting it out early.
Yes,
Like he's not outside at 40 feet. He's more outside at 25
That's
feet.
the spot. Now, if he gets it left of there, it can 2-8-10. I'm not really sure what's happened in the last 2 games. Maybe it's not there. Maybe it's further left than where it was. I don't think with Aiden also throwing urethane that it's helping that one little spot.
Well, I haven't seen that. That was definitely more in.
Now that was in,
light.
and it labored a little bit.
Yes.
But since he has such a really high axis rotation, it still got through it. That is where Darren is a little different than like me or Parker, where we have a lot less tilt, but not as much rotation. So maybe he can fight through that little spot as long as he doesn't overthrow it. Good shot by Aiden.
Yeah, he's definitely in a different part of the lane. When he threw, I'm assuming the shot in the third was more of his line that he wants to play than the shot in the fourth. And that's interesting. He's actually right of that spot you were talking about.
Which is where I was trying to play, but it was, if I got it too far right, I couldn't get it to come back.
Right, because of your low.
I don't have as much rotation as I need.
Like you used to.
I think right now this pair is really good with a lot of rotation. Even a good amount of tilt may not be a bad thing.
Aiden with a double.
Good bounce back after the chop.
Malia, that's Chase with a spare. So he goes open strike spare. Malia went spare open open. So Chase cutting into the advantage. Chiefs up 22-10. Thank you, Linda. Looking good for our under.
Yeah, but I really wanted the Chiefs to win.
You wanted Cleveland.
See, now, that one was again back kind of where it was on 19. It might be a little hard to see on the stream, but that ball skid red. So I felt if I threw that ball, that one doesn't strike.
Right.
That would have maybe tickled it light, maybe, but it probably would have 2-pinned. I'm not really sure what he's throwing, but it's definitely not urethane. Where I was saying he could potentially throw urethane.
I'm sure Papa Zombro could tell us.
What's he throwing?
What he's throwing?
The Verge. Rodier Verge.
That's
Another
the fun
good
six.
shot.
Either the Verge or purple urethane.
So the game plan was a Verge, as he's throwing, or urethane, as he said he could do.
Well, so far he's chosen right.
In our match in position round, we were pretty close till about the sixth or seventh frame, where I tried one thing and he tried the other, and he just threw urethane really hard, and it worked. He was able to control the pocket a little bit better. I tried to move in and bounce it with the oil. Good shot by Aiden.
Malia 8-1 in the fourth. Chase with a strike in the fourth. Scratch game moving right along. That happens when
They strike a lot.
you get 11 strikes out of 12 shots.
I think possibly if this pattern was played in
Malia gets the 10 out.
in a different house, this would have broke down a lot better. I think with the wood back ends, it gave this early reaction that was sometimes hard to get over, as the scores were very wide today. Another good shot by Aiden. As I believe the difference between third and fourth in the stepladder was 90 pins. 80 pins.
Yeah, something
And
like
between
that.
first and sixth caching was 200. But definitely a shot maker's pattern today. Maybe other days this can play easy. That one's in. And there's
You
that
can see.
spot
Yeah.
where he gets it in around 10 and it doesn't
Wavers.
read until 4 or 5 feet too late. But I would definitely take the 5-8. Good lead.
Oh, absolutely.
That could have been 6, that could have been 5.
Yes.
Wait 1 second, be back.
But as you see, if you don't, he did the same thing on the spare shot, but he threw it a little slower. So what he did there is if he threw it, I felt like he also probably threw it a little hard. Could have been the oil that just made it go faster as well. But
I wonder if he's having maybe a little mental issue trusting it right.
because you can't miss too far right.
Right.
If you get it outside of 5, forget it.
Chase,
Good shot.
strikes in the 6th.
That's what I was having trouble with in my match a little bit, trying to get it out to 6. Because it would hook from there, but if you got it out to 4, it doesn't.
Now that one he got out and it didn't turn the corner.
I'm not sure he got in that one fully. You kind of see he didn't really like it off his hand. But 9's 9, nothing to shame at.
No, absolutely not. Malia gets a double.
Still keep him in the lead by 1, I
Yep.
believe. Assuming Aiden doubles 8th and 9th.
Yep.
Looks like we're going to have a close match down to the 10th frame, as we should. It's never fun when somebody wins by 80.
No,
At least for the one bowler it is.
not for us back
Not
here.
for us, it's not. I would probably go to say Aiden definitely needs these 8th and 9th if he wants a good chance of winning. Looks like he double dribbled that one a little bit. Doesn't matter. Holds line.
Did. Thank you, urethane.
Thank you, urethane.
All right, let's see if Malia could triple. She's up in the 7th.
I like how she could post that forward.
Yes, there was a commentator earlier that compared her to Carolyn Doran Ballard.
I could see it.
Yeah, that's what I said. Aiden now looking to strike in the foundation frame 9th, put the pressure on Darren.
Now he hit that spot. And he almost got lucky. But he hit that little spot. He may have missed it a little bit, but he got it in around that 9-10 area, and it labors. It's really weird.
Malia does not make her 610. So she's got 141 in the 7th with her handicap.
So now this will give Darren a little bit of leeway.
Yes.
Still needs a double somewhere, though.
So Aiden, if he strikes out, could shoot 245. Darren could strike out for 267.
Still needs a double somewhere, I believe.
Actually, no, he doesn't.
Strike, spare,
Strike,
no.
spare,
He just strike, spare,
9.
strike.
Strike, spare 9 would give him 247.
Yep.
Oh, good shot by Chase. Didn't get the break on the 10 pin.
Looked like he slowed down on that one a little bit.
Ooh.
And I would definitely say he slowed down on that one. Just a hair. Just to give it some time to react. I think that was probably the right adjustment. Take 9, get out of there, and go to the lane he elected to finish on and close out the match.
That's why it's important to, be the top seed. You're the one that gets to choose that stuff.
And more often than
advantage.
not, it seems to come down to this 9th and 10th frame.
Yep. So Zambra will go into the 10th with an 11-pin lead. Still anybody's match. Chase made his 10 pin, so he is down by 44, but he is on a mark where Malia is not.
Good
Great
shot by
shot.
Chase. So we got a big shot for Darren here. Strike will just make it easy. But a 20 pin fill
Yes.
with any type would be great. Be a winner. That's left. Okay.
All right, and now we have the possibility of a tie. So if he makes this in strikes, he can't lose in regulation.
You cannot.
These little
And Aiden's been on his game when he needs a double.
Yes.
He's done it a couple times already.
Malia came in high, left a 610. She's having a little issue making her spares this game. Or she's been on fire with her spares before this.
Good spare.
All right. Zombro now big shot. He's going to want to strike here.
So he can't lose.
points.
Malia looking to make the spare, and she makes it. Gives a little fist pump.
That's what I do when I make a spare. I'm more happy when I make a spare. Hey, I didn't miss a 10 pin today. That's new.
It is new.
All right, big shot for Darren here. That's left again.
Oh boy.
And
so now
8.
Aiden only needs the double and 9.
And I would say this is his good lane.
Well, he certainly hasn't missed this game on it.
Now, if I was him, I'd re-rack. 2 reasons.
He did the last game.
Collect your thoughts.
Yep.
And 2, I don't like that rack. I think the head pin might be a little off to the left there. But we're also really far back, so it's really hard to
From here,
tell.
it does look either the head pin's a little left or the 3 pin's a little right.
Yes.
It does look a little off. I'd say it's the head pin that looks a little.
But up quickly is Aiden. I'm not going to take our advice. Probably better. He's up there. We're back here. Great shot.
That's 1. Can he do it? Can he climb the ladder? He had an easy time the first game. You guys were in a close match till like towards the end.
Yes.
He had to perform to beat Parker. Now he's got to perform to beat Zombro. Malia spared her 9, so she's got 160. She could strike out her handicap for 210. The best Chase could do is 207. So no matter what Chase does, he cannot shut out Malia.
That one looks a little left.
And-
And through the nose he goes, and he gets 9. So that'll give
Zombro the win.
I the victory, and his second or third title this year.
We'll find out.
How many is that? 4? 4 this year. It's definitely front runner for Player of the Year. I believe nobody
Yes.
else has third singles this year.
The only person he's competing with for Player of the Year is me.
I would say
He's probably got me though.
You could definitely tell when the cream rises to the top. Is probably the easiest way to say. I feel like we have the same 4 or 5 people on the show about every week.
This year, yes. Yes.
Between Aiden, Zombro, Colby when he's here,
Yep. Alex,
Horton.
Yeah. I mean, we've had Mason now a couple times lately.
I made it once,
This is like your 4th or 5th tournament.
4th or something. I only practiced twice before the tournament. But we could definitely see our young bowlers getting a lot better.
Yes, absolutely.
It's very interesting as someone who now watches more than bowls
Yes.
to see the bowlers. Go ahead.
Malia, you could go ahead. Malia, you could go.
To see these young bowlers that I once knew as handicap bowlers to now be our front runners in scratch. It's just very interesting to see.
Hey, you were once in that position.
I was.
I remember somebody's second tournament ever, they finished last.
And then my third tournament, I got 3rd.
Yes. And we weren't going to go to it. And then we did, because it was added money. All right, so Malia climbs the ladder. Aiden comes up 1 shot short. Zombro with a 243, 234 victory. Great match. That chop of the spare, all the way back in the 3rd frame, cost Aiden.
I'm not going to say he did anything wrong,
Absolutely not.
but I would definitely tell him to not throw urethane at that, because he threw urethane. I know he likes to shoot his 10 pins with one hand straight with some plastic ball. I think it's a True Blood or something. I don't know. But I would definitely tell him to learn to do that with all spares. Whether it's at least his right hand spares. So whether he's single handed or flat hands his urethane ball. I mean, otherwise, he performed.
He's going to be fun to watch. He's only a sophomore. I mean, we could see him and Darren for another year and a half here. Darren's a junior this year.
I'm a junior in college.
I mean, Parker's a senior. Alex Horton is a senior.
Me and Kiana were talking about that before the finals started, saying how everyone's in high school, and I'm like the old guy here.
Yep. Yep.
I'm like, just looks different.
Yep.
I was used to, when I was coming up in the PJBT ranks, of a lot of college kids always make it. Local college kids like Jack Selmer, or when Bradley, when he was here, Glinsky, because he stayed around here for a little while.
What's his name? Lazarchuk,
he kind of came back and forth sometimes. When he was around, he would always bowl.
Yep.
Or when the Bones Bowl, they're really good now.
Yep. Well, thank you for commentating, sitting in with me. It was nice to have you again. We're going to get dinner now.
I'm hungry.
As soon as we talk, we'll do quick interviews, and then we got to put all this stuff away.
Yep.
All right, let me get rid of the scoreboards.
Okay, bowling fans, that concludes today's PJBT here at Heister Lanes, sponsored by Strike Zone Pro Shop. We want to give out our final awards, finishing runner-up in the scratch division, getting a $125 scholarship certificate, and award goes to Aiden Davis.
Aiden Davis, great run today up the ladder, finishing just a little bit short. Second place finish.
And our runner-up finisher in the handicap division, getting a $125 scholarship certificate, and award goes to Chase Lechner.
Chase Lechner, second place today in the handicap division. Great bowling for Chase, climbing all the way up to qualify first in the extra 3 games.
And our champions for today in the scratch division, getting a $200 scholarship certificate, and the first place acrylic plaque goes to Darren Zombro III.
Darren Zombro III, your champion today.
And our winner in the handicap division, walking the ladder, getting a $200 scholarship certificate, and the first place acrylic plaque goes to Malia Briggs.
Malia Briggs, your champion today in the handicap division.
All right, we'll get a picture with our winners, and then we'll send them back for final interviews. Don't forget to tune in next Sunday. We do have a location change next week. Next Sunday will be our adult junior event. We'll be at Midway Bowl in Carlisle, PA. So make sure you tune in next Sunday afternoon.
You gotta get pictures first.
Thank you, everybody.
All right, let me set up the camera and we'll be ready for interviews. Stay with us. All right, so we are here with our handicap division champion, Malia Briggs. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Climbing the ladder.
Yeah.
Don't get that very often, but you bowled 4 really good games
Thank
in a
you.
step ladder. That's some great bowling. How old are you?
12.
12. That's some really great bowling. Some clutch bowling. You know, a couple of them had a mark. You know, in the 10th.
Yeah.
Excellent. I know you, at one point in the second round, had the lead. I believe it was after game 6. And it wasn't like you bowled bad in game 7 or 8. Just a lot of people seemed to bowl really good. Did you have a strategy going into the finals other than just, let's mark and see what happens?
Well, smiling and taking a lot of deep breaths really helped me get through it because I have really bad nerves. So
Okay.
definitely helped me do that.
Well, that really helped. Although we couldn't tell you were smiling.
Yeah.
So, was a challenge pattern today, Mercury. How did you go about throwing on it compared to what you normally do at your junior leagues, let's say?
Okay, well, I noticed that in the mat center in the middle it would hold, and then the outsides it wouldn't hook. So I kind of wanted to get in between, try do a high flush type bowl because it would hold in there. So yeah.
Okay. All right. What equipment did you use?
I started out with my Kirk's Prime,
Okay.
and then I used my Storm Nano. And then for the last 4 games and then all these games and the match play, I bowled the Columbia Freeze. And it's a really old ball. It's 20 years old.
Nothing wrong with that.
I got it from my home stop, Nellie Fox. I got it from their little store. And it was in there, brand new. No one ever drilled it up. So
There is nothing wrong with old things. Trust me. There's
Yeah.
like me, I'm old. There's nothing wrong with me at all. Well, that's debatable, but. So where do you bowl your junior leagues at?
Nellie Fox.
Where's that at?
It's in Chambersburg, PA.
Chambersburg. This is a little ride for you today.
Yeah. It's about 2 hours.
Yeah. If you bowl next week, it's a lot shorter of a ride for you.
Yeah.
When we're out at Midway, out at Carlisle. So, who's your coach? Do you have a coach?
I'd say my dad.
Your dad?
Yeah.
That guy over there?
And
We've left
Another-
her speechless.
another Chris. And Chris, he's the high school coach, and he helped me out a lot
Okay.
through his times.
All right. Anybody you want to say hi to or thank out there? Thanks for watching. You had some people rooting you on and out over here today.
I just thank my family. I really thank my dad. He's helped me through all these tournaments, and he's been one of my greatest supporters. I also thank Nellie Fox Bowling Center. And Chris Thompson there.
Let me first say that I really love the color pattern of your shirt. I like that shade of green. There's only one thing missing, Dad. We got to get the PA Fats logo on your shirt.
Yeah, I got
next
it on my
time.
other one
Okay.
for Christmas. Yeah.
I like that. Thanks, Dad. Well, let me just end this by saying a lot of people tell me when they have to come back here and be interviewed by me that they're actually more nervous sitting here with me than they are out in the lake because you're being watched by millions and millions of people right now, and
Yeah.
they're zooming up close. Be lucky your nose is covered because they'd be able to see your nose hair.
Yeah.
But you handled it very, very well.
Thank you.
And I hope you're back here with me a lot more over these next 9 or 10 years, however long you have left.
Thanks.
All right? Taking home the handicap division title and the $200 first place scholarship prize, Malia Briggs. Congratulations.
Thank you.
We'll see you down the road. All right, now we'll get our scratch champion here. We've done this a few times.
Yes, we have.
Oh, hey, we got matching masks. What do you know?
Hey.
Our handicap division champion, Darren Zombro III. So, let's go back to the championship match. My commentating partner, who was here for that match, who happens to be sort of kind of related to me, was talking about how there was that spot down the lane that if you hit it, you weren't striking. You seem to be able to get out on the right side of that spot and let your axis rotation and your tilt help you get the ball back. Did you was that the plan? I mean, did you know there was that spot down the lane from watching the other matches?
Yeah, over on the practice pair, I was trying out new things, trying out slow rolling it out to the deep end and see if it comes back or not. And it was working. And I tried over here, it looked pretty good until up to the 7th frame. Then I started to lose it because I wasn't throwing the ball properly and I was getting fast too with my feet. I was getting pumped up. But
I get it.
when I just found that and it just worked.
So on your last shot when you didn't strike, did you think you were in trouble?
Yeah, I thought I was in trouble because I think that was his good lane.
Yes,
because he struck all the time
Yes.
until that frame.
So how did you attack Mercury today?
So I was using the Black Widow 2.0 at the start, the first 5, playing straight up 10 the whole 5 games, and then switch to the Verge, and then using Urethane till the last match of match play, because they were starting to get way too much traffic down there, and it was just hooking like crazy. And I just wanted to get out of that traffic.
Which is the advantage for you having that tilt and rotation.
Yeah.
Where other bowlers were actually having trouble getting the ball back to the pocket because of their low tilt and rotation. Excellent. So you're a junior this year.
Yes.
At Cedar Crest. Wow. It's amazing watching you kids grow up. I remember when you were like younger than your brother out here.
Yeah, I was out in the handicap division.
Oh, there's your brother over there. So, I know tonight when I scroll down Facebook, I'm going to see a post from somebody saying that you won, so I'm sure you're going to want to give him a shout out right about now.
I want to thank Pureit, the whole Pureit staff, and Jeffrey Smith, of course, for drawing my stuff and helping me and stuff. Let me help pull down at the shop, practice and all that.
Yep. Jeff's an awesome guy, by the way. If you don't know who Jeff Smith is, you're missing out.
Yeah.
Jeff's a great guy. And who are all these people here?
My family.
Your entourage.
Yeah, that too.
All right.
I want to thank them too.
Anybody else you want to say hi to, you want to thank, you want to make fun of because they're not winning titles and you are? Anything else?
I want to thank Mike Zangy,
Okay.
if he's watching this, because I said something yesterday. If I won today, I had to give a shout out to him.
Okay.
So I had to say something about Mike Zangy.
Okay.
That's it.
All right. Well, I know Dad was looking for places to go eat because I made him hungry because I talked about going to get dinner myself.
Oh yeah.
So
I'm very hungry.
We're going to wrap this up because I'm starving myself. Taking home the Scratch Division title, his 4th of the season, firmly entrenched as the leader for Player of the Year right now. Let's hope it continues for him. Darren Zombro III. Congratulations.
Have a good day.
You too, sir. All right. We'll bring Matt in here, wherever Matt decided to disappear to. Matthew. Matt was looking at the football game.
Sorry about that.
That's all right. We'll bring you in since you were nice enough to let other people comment.
That's all right. That was fine. No problem. So another great day. We want to thank everybody who came out today for the converted singles event from our team event. We're looking forward to having our team event back next year, but right now with COVID, it was safer to do this event today, and we got a good turnout. So thank you, everybody. We hope to see everybody next Sunday. Don't forget, we did switch events for the next 2 weeks. Next week is now the adult junior event, and we'll be at Midway Bowl in Carlisle. And the following week, we'll have the 21 and under doubles at Trindle. So 2 big events coming up.
So we'll see you at Midway next week.
See us at Midway next week.
Until then, ladies and gentlemen, have a great week.
Thank you, everybody.